So I'm having a lot of trouble managing my time still. Ever since I realized I was kind of addicted to being productive in a non-healthy way. Um, and I'm trying to find a balance right now, but I'm making it way too hard for myself by I don't want to admit to myself that I fell off in a lot of ways, in my routines, my mindset, and everything. And maybe that's the wrong way to put it, because I feel like now I would actually start building up a solid foundation instead of something that I've just rushed and then it's destined to fail because, if you don't build up a solid foundation and you just kind of rush your way up, so you want to, I think I used this analogy before. Instead of building a solid foundation, say you want to go up to the sky. I don't know what I used last time, but something like that, right? Instead of building a solid foundation, you grab stairs and you start running up them. And if you run upstairs, like a loose pair of stairs, you can do that for a little bit, but you got to keep on moving. And as soon as you stop moving, you fall down. And I feel like that's what I didn't realize I was doing, but at some point it got too much and, I fell down like that. That's kind of how it felt, at least. Now, I want to find a good balance for myself because I found out that working 12 hours a day every day of the week, every day of the month is just too much. And ever since I brought back relaxing throughout the day whenever I felt like I had to, I've really lost sense of if I should or if I think I want to. And it results in a lot of watching YouTube and video games when I don't think I should. It's not about things being bad or good. I think it's more about living intentional. If my intentions were to have a relaxing day by maybe reading a little bit, going for a trip on my bike or a walk in nature or something like that, and I end up playing video games and watching YouTube for most of the day, that's not going to be beneficial to me because that way I don't even relax because I don't enjoy that because I know that it's not really bringing me anything in the long term. In the moment it's satisfying, and then as soon as you stop, you feel bad about it, in my case at least. Keep in mind I always talk from my own experience, of course. So what I decided to do is I'm not gonna wait for anything outside to change, like a new camera or anything that I might try, like setting up checklists, like a weekly checklist and a daily checklist that would motivate me to change or something. I decided to just start tomorrow with a dopamine detox and like a very hardcore way of just no dopamine for I honestly don't really know, but for as long as I feel like I need that, and I feel like I really needed this, at this time. So what does that even mean? In case you don't know, it's basically you, in the way that you could take a detoxing diet by only drinking certain juices or whatever to get rid of some toxins in your body in a very physical way, you can do it in the same way in a very mental way, where you don't indulge in any high dopamine activities for a while. Because the way it works is your brain feels a lot of progression or satisfaction, or dopamine is the most commonly used term. So what happens is, if you feed it that, sometimes it will think that that is the best thing to do because it's the lowest effort with the highest reward, such as playing League of Legends in my case. I tried playing that just for a little bit in the evening in my free time again, and then it led to playing it the whole day again. And so, yeah, I kind of fucked myself over. And I think right now, for too long, I've just been trying to hold on to all my things for too long, like fooling myself that no, I still got it going. I just, it's kind of going up and down or whatever, but really I'm trying to put together and hold on to stuff that already fell apart a while ago. So instead of that, yeah, I'm just going to start from zero, really. That's how, it feels to me, at least. So I'm going to start off with a dopamine detox, and it's good to focus and name things, like focus on and name things that you do not want to do. But if you're addicted to smoking, or if you're addicted, say, to sitting on your couch and watching TV or whatever, you can say like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, but then what are you going to do? I found that the best approach is always to not focus on what you don't want to do, instead focus on what you do want to do. So say after work every day you come home and you have about 4 hours left and you don't really do much. Instead of saying I want to stop playing video games in the evening, or I want to stop eating chips and drinking beer on the couch watching TV in the evening, try and replace it with something. Try and replace it with going for an evening walk. Try and replace it with, maybe you want to get into painting. Maybe you want to get into reading, that always works way better. And, replacing it in itself is also stopping something else automatically. So it makes a lot more sense. So what am I going to do in the time that I'm not going to watch any YouTube or play video games? Well, I want to focus on the vlogs, actually, because I feel like I'm at a kind of tipping point where I'm like, yeah, for 2 days in a row now, I've just been explaining what I did yesterday, like the last 2 videos, and it's just like now I'm almost, today I was thinking like I might as well stop. Like, what am I even uploading? Come on. So yeah, I want to be more mindful of, oh yeah, I'm trying to make a vlog every day, and I'm not just gonna, at the end of the day, like now, be like, oh, well, I guess I'll just say some stuff, I want to show instead of tell. I want to improve on my editing, my workflow, and my storytelling, mostly. And there's not much of a story to tell while editing when I only have 1 clip of me talking in the evening. And so what is there to show in the vlogs? Well, it's going to be the time that I spent during the days where I don't have my normal job, but I'm going to be working on my own stuff, which for now is inside of these. Am I even recording? Nice, okay. Inside of these 4 boxes, there's 12,000 Pokemon cards that need to be sorted because I want to start selling, because I want to buy a house. That is one giant thing that I have to do. And so, yeah, I'm going to start with that. Because I've been putting this off, it's just like there's rubbish collecting over here, That's the state of things. So that's in terms of work. What else is really important to me right now is working on getting closer and closer to my routines that I was once holding up. And then also I mean, I guess that is kind of included in my routines is, I guess the three basics to being healthy: sleep, hydration, and food. It's going to be a big focus that I also want to document every day in the videos again, like I used to. I want to 100% stick to my meal plan and also my drinking plan, if you want to call that. Now, I found that sleeping I've been staying very close to, but not super, super. My meal plan, pretty good. Also, almost good enough, but I just add snacks, like sweet snacks, every now and then, which I don't want to. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then only drinking water. I have kept that up. I genuinely can't remember. Well, okay, maybe a month ago, I had a can of organic cola because we had a can that expired, and I had a pizza with it. Okay, so maybe once a month I drink something different, but I want to stay true to only drinking 2 liters of water every day. And the problem mostly for me with hydration is that I sometimes forget to refill my bottle 3 times a day. And so I would drink only water, but not enough. So that's also going to be a focus. So yeah, it's quite a lot. And I'm also, the way that I said start from zero is that I have zero expectations for myself, so that I won't feel like I'm failing so much, because to me it's super weird, but it just works this way for me. I don't have to do any of the stuff that I do in life, right? I don't think anyone has to. If you want to experience true freedom and spending your own time however you want to do it, you can just be homeless, and if that's what you want to do, you can experience freedom in a sense in that way. You don't have to work your job or rent the apartment that you do. But anyway, let's not get too sidetracked. The things that I do, my routines, eating healthy, meditating, all those things that I want to do, I don't do them. I don't have to do that. I make enough money already to buy a house soon and do groceries and buy myself a new camera, a new computer every now and then. I don't lack money. I invest a lot of it, so that's not a problem. The problem, or the reason for me, is because I just want to get the most out of my life. At some point I'm gonna die, and my biggest fear, I guess, is that at some point I'll lay on my deathbed and think like, I could have done so much more, or I wanted to do so much more, especially for me. The thing that always hurts the most is videos that I don't make, but that I do write down and script out. Which is also, I think, the reason that I still haven't worked on any real artistic kind of video, is that there's so much meaning to that for me, and there's so much pressure behind that I created, of course. So yeah, that's another thing though. So yeah, that's the reason why I want to stick to my routines and all that, is to live a very healthy life, to get the most out of my day every day, to prolong my amount of energy as I age. But then what happens is that I set such high expectations for myself that I get overwhelmed, and then I fail. I failed quite big the last 2 months or something. So yeah, that's also a good thing to focus on. How much pressure do I put on myself? It's good to work a lot and not waste your time, but you don't want to feel like you're burning yourself out. You don't want to rush. That's a better phrasing, I think. I don't want to rush. I don't want to feel like I'm in a rush. That's how I felt for a very long time, and that was what kept me progressing, is feeling like I'm running out of time. And that did make me very productive, but it was at the expense of my mental health. So I want to find a balance in that as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be documenting starting tomorrow. So I hope that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting. So yeah, I'm going to go sleep now. I still have to do the dishes and everything. I did go, turn off my PC all right on time. Like it's 9:48 right now. And I want to be asleep around or before maximum 10 p.m. So yeah, let's do the dishes and go sleep. I'll see you tomorrow with probably a very different attitude. I'm not like depressed or something, but just very frustrated a lot. Yeah, but I'm working on it, and you'll experience it with me if you're watching. Yeah, it's gonna be so interesting to look back at these videos in a few years, it's so interesting to think about that, and I really wonder how I'm gonna look back at my mindset right now in, say, a year, because I feel like I'm reborn every year or something. Like the kind of things I do, the relationships I would have, I would always look back 1 year ago and be like, that would not fit my life at all right now. It's very interesting how much I change. So yeah, see you tomorrow.